Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
Breaking news in the death of Patrick Lyoya. A Grand Rapids police officer will be charged with second-degree murder for the deadly shooting during a traffic stop. That announcement was just made within the past hour at a state police headquarters near Grand Rapids. The Kent County prosecutor says Officer Christopher Schur has turned himself in on that second-degree murder charge. Kimberly Gill in the newsroom with these breaking developments on a case that sparked protests and made national headlines. Kim.
Karen, Kent County prosecutor Chris Becker announced the decision today after spending 6 weeks reviewing forensic and toxicology reports, as well as the results of a Michigan State Police investigation. He wouldn't say much about what was in those reports, and he didn't elaborate on what led him to this decision. But Patrick Lyoya, as you remember, was shot in the head, back of the head, while he was on the ground during a traffic stop. That was back in April. Schur told Lyoya he was pulled over because his license plate didn't match his car. The two struggled, and as Officer Schur demanded Lyoya let go of his taser, that's when he fired the shot into the back of his head. The 26-year-old Lyoya came to the U.S. as a refugee from the Democratic Republic of the Congo back in 2014. Schur is expected to face a judge in the case sometime tomorrow. The prosecutor explained why he chose the charge of second-degree murder.
The elements of second-degree murder are relatively simple. First, there was a death done by the defendant. And then when the killing occurred, the defendant had one of these three states of mind: an intent to kill, an intent to do great bodily harm, or the intent to do an act that the natural tendency of that act would be to cause death or great bodily harm. And finally, that the death was not justified or excused, for example, by self-defense. Taking a look at everything that I reviewed in this case, I believe there's a sufficient basis to proceed on a single count of second-degree murder.
Prosecutor Becker says he talked to the Lyoya family before he made this announcement, and he even prepared a letter for them in their native language of Swahili. And Karen, I know that we just got some reaction in from Patrick Lyoya's family too.
We sure did, Kimberly. Peter Lyoya, Patrick Lyoya's father, watched today's decision alongside the family's attorney, Ben Johnson, here in Detroit. Now, speaking through a translator, here's what he said just moments ago after the announcement.
Patrick is not coming back. We are not going to see him again.
Lakini hii pointi ya kuonesha kama huyu polisi alikuwa atakuwa charge,
to show this point that the police officer will be charged,
basi inakuwa na sawa, inatuletea na sie uzito kidogo kwa familia kuona kama wale ambao wametusapoti wamefanya wako katika kazi ya mzuri.
And that bring a little bit consolation to our family, because we see everybody that will support us, everybody who stand by us, they did a good job to get this kind of justice.
Attorney General Dana Nessel is reacting this afternoon to the charges. In a statement, she says, quote, "I commend Prosecutor Becker, his team, and the Michigan State Police for the exhaustive review conducted these last 2 months. We must now respect the judicial process and allow the facts of the case to be presented in court." Meantime, we are gathering more reaction to this announcement as we speak. Our Victor Williams is on the west side of the state right now, and we'll bring you the situation live at 5 and 6. Mara McDonald will have more with the Lyoya family, and you can watch the entire news conference and read more on the case on our homepage of clickondetroit.com.